Greetings, welcome to today's lesson. This is a class of grade 9 and we're going to continue from where we ended. Last time we were looking at compass bearing. Then today we're going to look at the three-figure bearings. That will be lesson 2. So make sure you follow. In case you didn't watch the first video, you can click the information card there. So let's jump into the lesson. So this is lesson 2. We're going to continue with three-figure bearings. So we just need to define a few words that we need to understand when you're looking at the three-figure bearing, which is the bearing. So what is the bearing? So we're saying that a bearing is simply a direction that is measured in degrees using the compass from the north. So now, if you remember, we're looking at the compass bearing. There's what we called the north, the direction that was the north. So when we are looking at the three-figure bearing, we always refer from the north. That will be our point of reference. So every time you're measuring the direction, it has to start from the north. So I'm saying that the direction is just measured in degrees using the compass from the north in an unclockwise way. So we're saying the bearing is always written with 3 figures or 3 digits, and hence we call it the three-figure bearing. So any number that you're going to write that is less than 100, it has to be a 3-figure. So meaning you have to include, you add a 0 before the number given. So for example, if we have a degree here and you find that this one is 45 degree, so meaning the bearing is going to be 045 degrees. So this is what we mean. It has to be 3-figure bearing. So any number that is less than 100, you have to make sure you write them in 3-figure or 3 digits. And that's what we mean when we say 3-figure bearing. Now we need to understand the 3-figure bearing, that there's a term that we use when we say from. From is a very important term that we need to understand when we are looking at the 3-figure bearing. So the word from is a very important word because it just shows where the measuring is taken. So for example, I'll use example 1. In each of the following diagram, find the bearing of A from B. So now, if they ask you to say, can you find the bearing of A from B? So meaning the measurements has to be taken at point B here. So meaning you have to draw now your north at point B. So now this becomes your north, since we have said find the bearing of A from B. So meaning you measure it from the north. So now you have to start going anti-clockwise until you meet the line that has point A. So meaning this is the angle or the bearing we are looking for. Now mostly when we are looking at the bearing, we need to have some information or previous knowledge on the properties of angles. So if you check here, we have 2 parallel lines, which is the north that is here. Say the north that is here. Put it in different color. Okay. So we have this north here, and we have another and just the north here. So these lines are parallel to each other. So now you remember the property when we have 2 parallel lines like this, then you have a transverse like that, then it means that this angle and the other angle will be equal. So if we take that x is equals to y, it means that this angle here, if this is our x and this is our y, it means that angle x is equals to angle y. So it means that just this angle here is going to be 65. But then we understand that a straight line is always 180. So we understand that this one up to there, it is 180 degrees. So now for you to find the bearing of A from B, we are saying we need to know the whole lot of this angle here up to there. So meaning you're going to add 180 plus 65. 180 plus 65. So let's check it here. 180 degrees plus 65 degrees is going to give us 245 degrees. So it means that the bearing of A from B is 245 degrees. So now remember, we said the very important word is from, because it's telling us to say this is where we're getting our measurement from. So B, it should be a point where we have to get the measurement. So let's look at the question B here. So this one said find the bearing of P from Q. Of P from Q. So we have P from Q. Yes, then we have our true north here, our north. So this is point P and this is our point Q. So now the question, this is our A, now looking at B. They have said find from P, find the bearing of P from Q. So like we have said, they have said from Q, this is where we have to take the measurement. So you have to go the point Q and make your true north. Then you have to measure clockwise from the north until you meet the line that has a point P. So meaning it's just this angle that we're looking for. So here they have given us that is 215 degrees. Then they are asking us to find this angle. Now, like I said, when you're looking at the bearing, you should have at least some prerequisite knowledge on the properties of the angles. So again, this property here is coming back, where we're saying this, we have two parallel lines, which is the true north, that is this side at point Q, and we have another parallel lines that is at point Q, point P. So it means that this angle here, it should be the same with that one. Now we've been told that the whole lot of the angle from the true north at point P, it's 215. So now for you to find this angle here, it's going to help you know this angle, because we know that these, we call them Z angles or just alternating angles. So you're going to find that once you find the value of X, then you can even put to say here Y. So it means that the value of X will be equal to Y. So we can just find the value of X. But then we understand again to say a straight line is always 180. So we know that from here up to there is just 180. So for us to find this angle, we have to subtract 180 from 215 for us to find the value of X. So we are saying this is 215 degrees minus 180 degrees, then we're going to find the value of X. So we're saying 215 minus 180 minus 180, we're going to have 35 degrees. So meaning this angle here, it is 35 degrees, then even this one, it is 35 degrees. Since we've said if X is 35 degrees, then it means that even Y is equals to 35 degrees. So we're going to find that this is 35. But then remember, we're looking at three-figure bearing. Three-figure bearing. So this has to be written as 035 degrees. So therefore, bearing of P from Q is 035. So make sure if the digit is less than 100, you have to include the 0 before the number, so that you can have, or you can attain the 3-digit or three figure. So let us look at example number 2. We're saying in the diagram below, C is a point on the bearing 25 degrees from A. So from A, we're saying this is 25 degrees. And also on the bearing of 337 degrees from B. So this from here up to there, we have 337 degrees. Now, the question is, can you find the bearing of B from C? So now check, we said we need to understand the term from. So we have B from C. So we're going to use C. That's where we're going to take our measurement, and that's where we're going to put our true north. So you go at a point C. So we have a point C. You have to draw your true north like that. Then you include the north. So now we need to find the bearing of B from C. So now you have to measure clockwise from the true north that you've just drawn at point C until you meet the line that has B, which is this one. So this is the angle that we are looking for here. Okay, so now how do you find the bearing of B from C? Again, we're going to look at the property. So if you check this angle here, it should be equal to this angle. So once we find this angle here, it will be equal to that one. Then we can subtract from 180, then we get. So our aim is to find now this angle. So how can we find this angle? We understand that the complete turn, it has to be 360. So we have 360 for this complete turn here. So now we just want to subtract 337 degrees so that we can find the angle here. So if we say 360 minus 337, we're going to have 23 degrees. So it means that this angle is 23 degrees here, and here is going to be 23 degrees. Then for you to find now the angle that they're asking you here, it simply means that you have to subtract from 180, because we understand that this is a straight line. So you subtract, we're going to subtract 108 degrees minus 23 degrees, which is going to be nothing but 23 degrees. We're going to have 180 minus 23. We're going to have 157 degrees. Now remember, we said if the digit or the number is above 100, we don't have a problem because it's already in the 3 figure. So if it's less than 100, that's when you have supposed to add a 0. But when it's above 100, it's already in the 3 figure, so meaning it's just like that. So that's our bearing of B from C. So let us look at this was our A. Let us look at our question B, where we're finding the bearing of A from now C. Again, take note, we're saying C again will be the point of reference, because that's where we have to do the measurements. So I'll use a different color. I'm going to use red. So again, it's the same true north that we have here. Then we have to move clockwise till we meet the line A, and then this is the angle or the bearing that we are looking for. So now this is even very easy, because we already know this bearing here, that it's 25, which using the parallel line or the alternate angles, it will be equal to this one, which will be 25. So now we know that the straight line, it's 180, then plus the 25 that we have here, 25 degrees, just this angle. So we're going to say it's going to be 180 degrees plus 25 degrees. So we have 180 plus 25 degrees, and we're going to have 205 degrees. That will be the bearing of A from C. So remember again here, the digit is already above 100, so meaning we don't have to struggle to write the 3-figure bearing unless it's less than 100. So let's We have practical exercise here that you have to test yourself. So make sure when you answer this exercise, you send the work to my email that I'm going to put in the description box below, and make sure you attempt all the questions. Just in case you're watching this channel for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And in case you didn't watch lesson 1, watch it. We're going to put the link in the description box.